Then they gave this one later.
Yeah.
To,
Good evening, world.
This
is a worldwide broadcast, Mr.
Look at those shirts.
Yeah.
Red, yellow, and green. That is beautiful.
It is. All nice shirts, too.
I don't know. I just came
Now,
right
this
off
is
work.
a nice Izod.
I just came right off work.
Wow.
Gary, he always looks good. Driving that fancy sports car he's got. Okay, folks. Welcome. We are live. It is 9 May, year of our Lord 2011. And once again, we've got another hot show lined up. We're gonna another hot shit. We're gonna start off.
Forget about the coffee on the paperwork. Coffee got spilt all over this paperwork.
Now you see, we're gonna start, folks.
Paperwork.
If you watch this show, if you like this show, you have to watch it every week because this
It's
is
a soap opera.
Yeah, this is because we follow up on different issues that we. Now, 2 or 3 weeks ago, we had Mike Hansen in here, and he had gotten, in November 2009, he had gotten his first speeding and stop sign ticket in, 15 years or so? Here in
Maybe more.
Here in 20 years, here in Travis County.
I was a bus driver for that. I never got one.
And so he's fighting it. He don't want to pay. I've talked to his lovely wife, Melissa. She's backing him up. She says it shows up on your record, so he's fighting it, and so we're gonna get and he's due in court this Wednesday, 2 days from now. He goes to the Roman courts.
I've been in court. I probably went 12 times already. They just keep putting
This
it
is
off.
for the stop. Now the speeding ticket you got dismissed.
Dismissed.
Okay.
This one here.
And this one here.
Now, that was the speeding ticket 3 days later for the retaliation from the stop sign ticket.
This is the ticket here, Travis County ticket.
Forget about the coffee stain on it.
What a bunch of
Everything
shit
has
this
coffee
is,
got
isn't
spilled.
it? Just a bunch of shit. Okay, so
Revenue generated.
And it really was revenue. This first ticket for running the stop sign was revenue because they gave out 8 tickets in 10 minutes. I got it on tape.
Okay, so
you can go to Mike Hansen.
So where are you going Wednesday for this?
For Travis County Court downtown, behind the
for the stop sign.
For the stop sign. The speeding ticket's been dismissed.
Okay, and you're trying to get it dismissed because you don't want it on your record.
Well, that's not the only reason why I want to dismiss, Jeff. The reason why I want to dismiss because the whole thing is a bunch of BS because they have been doing this setup deal for at least 10 years, my brother said.
Yeah.
And what it was is they had a situation where the intersection wasn't marked right and this and that. Now, a week after I got my ticket, they changed the whole intersection. So it's completely different. If you go out there now, it's completely different than it was.
Now you'll have somebody with you Wednesday?
Well, I hope
why
so.
Can't we take video?
Because
can't we take video? Why can't we bring a camera in there and video?
All it's not going to be a trial. It's what they do is they just have you show up for a cattle call and they read your name and that's all it is. It's no reason to be there. They have what you call cattle calls.
Just a bunch of shit.
And if you don't show up, Gary, then they put a warrant out for your arrest. And they got you.
So that's all it's going to be Wednesday.
Yeah.
This will be at a precise time.
Yeah, at 9 o'clock. You have to be there by 9 o'clock or they put a warrant out for your arrest.
So, and they'll be ready for 9 o'clock for you.
They what now?
They'll be ready for you at 9 o'clock.
Ready for you if you don't show up. And it's literally just like dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of people are on that cattle call, and some of them's been there since 2004, 2006. So my case is young compared to like the 2009 mine is.
Can you send a lawyer?
Well, you can send a lawyer, but you have to be there also. I understand.
You have to be there.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, now secondly, if you were watching this show about
a couple weeks ago, we talked about Travis County Deputy Tom Carpenter. And here's his card.
And he gave.
And if you go to that YouTube, Lorraine, you can get his picture maybe.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Can you get a close up of this, Jeff?
Well, anyway, what happened was Mike went out and the same day, November 9th.
That's his
Or
card.
November and 9th, and
That's his supervisor.
2009. Mike got a speeding ticket and a stop sign ticket by the same two officers. Okay, you went out. You got a little.
Okay, this one
you
was
got
first.
a little angry about it.
Okay, this.
So
stop
you
sign-
went and got a video.
Okay, this is what they
and
gave me.
recorded these characters.
That was on November. Let's see if we can get a date off of here. November 16th. And then November 19th, they saw me again on Highway 71, and they saw me, and his partner gave me the speeding ticket. So I call that retaliation. But the main retaliation was that this officer, Tom Carpenter, went.
Travis County.
He knew just by my driver's license that I had a handgun license.
Yeah.
See, when the officers pull you over, let's just show them this. When the officers pull you over, you're required to show them both licenses. So what I do is I have mine taped together. Because that way I won't forget to show it to them.
So he saw that you had a
There's a penalty if you don't show them both.
Yeah, concealed handgun law. Good. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So
it was, by the way.
So he knew I had a handgun license because they're taped together. So what he did was, after I taped him and put him on YouTube, at his request, did you hear when he said, go ahead and put that on YouTube?
Yeah.
He got mad about it, so he opened his own investigation.
Right there it is, folks, by the way.
He opened his own investigation. The one is the one on the left-hand side, right?
The one on the left-hand side is Tom Carpenter.
Yeah, not that one, but not the one with the ski mask on. That one there.
Tom Carpenter's his name.
He opened up an investigation on his own, not through Travis County, on his own time, trying to get my handgun license revoked.
Mainly because of you filmed it.
Yeah, he told my brother that I was a danger to society because I had a camera.
Yeah. Okay, so as a result of that, then I guess Gary and I.
Well, I never thought anything about it.
Gary and I kind of inspired you a couple weeks ago.
Y'all did when because I never thought about it that way. That was retaliation by a peace officer. That's exactly what that is.
Yeah.
When you give a ticket out to somebody, who would have thought that you start another investigation trying to get somebody's handgun license taken away by the DPS?
Okay, now here's the result of that. When did you do this now?
I did that let me see the date on it.
Now, this is going to the Travis County Internal Affairs Division.
May 4th. May 4th.
This is where they investigate themselves.
Yeah, that's...
Well,
but the point is,
I'm tired of paperwork in court. Now they're tired.
Well, they got more problems than they know now because this is going out all over.
I think they will investigate it myself. I have confidence that they will do an investigation. And where's that card I gave you?
Well,
let's give his name. Where's that guy's card I gave you, Jeff? Yeah, that's the one that is supposed to be investigating it. He was a pretty nice guy.
Mike, you filled out this complaint.
Well, one thing that's important.
Here he is.
Yeah.
Is make sure.
Danny, what's his last name? I can't.
Danny Canty, Detective, Internal Affairs Division, Travis County Sheriff's Office.
One thing that's important is make sure that he doesn't just kind of drop it.
No, I'm not letting it be dropped.
Okay, because that's what happens sometimes with these things is they say, we're going to investigate this, and then you check back with them 3 months later and say, how's that going? And they say, we already closed the case.
Oh, no. They can't close it. They're going to have to go do
so basically then you filed, this Tom Carpenter retaliated against you.
I got 5 complaints on Travis County.
Go ahead, lay it on.
The 5 complaints are they were lying and waiting and not telling Travis County commissioners to fix the intersection. They were just lying and waiting there, giving out ticket after ticket. What'd they say, $251 a pop or something? And instead of them just admitting that the intersection was flawed somehow, they just kept giving tickets out. That's my first complaint. Second complaint was retaliation of my First Amendment right when this Tom Carpenter contacted the APD, constables, DPS, friends of mine, family of mine, APD, to try to get my handgun license revoked. And he also said to the jury on the first trial that's been canceled out, that I was a Fort Hood threat, that I was a Fort Hood, like a Fort Hood person waiting to happen. You know, when they had that shooting at Fort Hood?
Yeah.
And which has nothing whatsoever to do with him pulling me over for a speeding ticket.
So he was trying to get your handgun license taken from you.
The third thing is retaliation. They gave a ticket out 3 days later for speeding when they saw my truck on the highway.
Yeah.
Which that's complete retaliation.
Okay, that was after you got the first stop sign ticket and videoed there.
That's it.
Okay.
And the fourth thing is that they showed this picture. Tom Carpenter showed this picture in court and said, see the lines and everything's been changed now? And he said this was before Travis County changed the intersection. So there was only a week between November 19th and when they changed it that he could have got this. He actually took this picture in July of 2010 and presented it to the prosecutor and the jury and lied to them. Do you see the leaves on the tree, folks? That's not November. That's how they figured it out. See that? See the leaves, Jeff?
Yeah.
See the leaves right here? In November, the leaves are all gone. Late November. So that's how they actually figured it out.
So I want to ask you about that picture. Turn it around so people can see it. What is the difference between what that picture shows in July 2010 and what happened in November 2009?
They redid the intersection. See how they put the lines here?
Well, show the audience.
You can't. I requested a better picture. This is.
Yeah.
See how they put the lines in, and they put in the bicycle lanes, a new stop sign, and none of that's there.
Before it was curved, or what was it?
Yeah, and now they got it straight. They got the intersection straight now. So
there's a stop sign. It basically is like an intersection.
Yeah.
Before it was kind of this.
It was kind of just no man's land.
Yeah.
And everybody was crossing the line to make a rounded off
and
curve.
They were just there revenue generate.
So basically what this cop did was he took a picture a week before my trial in July and tried to pass it off to the jury as a picture he took in November of 2009, which is BS. And the judge,
mean Tom Carpenter?
Yeah, and the judge found it out and threw the whole trial out.
Well, who is this Tom Carpenter?
I don't know, but what I want to know from the Travis,
he don't sound like he belongs in law enforcement.
You cannot lie in a court of law. You cannot lie in a court of law. You know, a cop cannot lie.
Perjury. And
that's what he did. So that's my 4 complaints.
Okay.
Is retaliation and him lying in court, basically, and giving the second ticket out and lying in wait. So let's see what they do about it.
Well, I think it's going to be an investigation on themselves, but they are getting exposed.
Now,
yeah.
I'm sorry. The charges that you're making are, what are they again?
Number 1 is that they were lying in wait,
okay,
not telling Travis County.
Next.
Okay, the retaliation of my First Amendment right. When I filmed him, put him on YouTube, he went and started an investigation on my handgun license,
okay.
which had nothing to do with my camera.
I got you.
Okay. And he went to the police, APD, constables, DPS, friends of mine, family of mine, and to try to get my handgun license revolted. Mm-hmm. He was trying to. He was trying to do that, trying to make a case to do that, and he couldn't make a case. Matter of fact, most of them the constable laughed at him. My brother laughed at him. I don't know about the DPS because I got to call them in on the stand to find out what they had to say about it. And he also went when I went to his immediate supervisor, which was Frank Lofton. He didn't do anything about it.
He didn't do anything about it.
And they had emails going back and
forth.
Frank
Lofton.
See, also what I did, Gary, is I made an Open Records Act.
Yes.
What you call Open Records Act.
Just a bunch of look at
and
this.
Some of the things I'm asking for is a copy of this deputy's file, his pictures from his camera, what date did he do it, did he send it by email, that way I could get it, all his emails pertaining to my case, his supervisor's emails, all records of this case, And they have to hand this stuff over.
Right.
Requesting Tom Carpenter's name, address, phone number of people that he contacted during his personal investigation to try to get my handgun license revoked.
Okay. Did you
How many people in Tom Carpenter's career did he do a personal investigation to revoke a handgun license? Which I can guarantee in his 30-year career, he did not do any investigations trying to get somebody's handgun license taken away. So that means he singled me out personally to do that.
Right there he is.
Yeah. That one right there.
Yeah.
Now he's fixing to retire. He's fixing to retire. So let's see if they get to him and give him some kind of. You said he should be in jail for 3 months.
Yeah, I think probably.
I want to know. Did you get the emails?
Yeah, they're going to be giving me all that.
The emails,
back and forth.
The back and forth emails.
Yes.
That's going to be the most interesting.
Yes. So we're going to get all that and come back
and we're following it
and come back and show you what it. And they're going to do. They claim they're going to do a complete investigation on this because I don't think Greg Hamilton would approve of what went on here.
Yeah, sounds like a winner.
Tell
us about your book.
I just want to plug that we got a new website. And we will get you linked to there, Jeff.
Yes.
That's what he said.
Yes.
But we do have a new website. BohemiaGroveExposed.com. That's a new website that we are working on, and then in about a week or so, our new website, which is going to be kind of like InfoWars, the news of the day, but it's going to be better, I think, because it's going to be people being able to write their own articles, talk about it, and this and that. It's going to be MikeHansonReport.com. And
by the way, if you didn't know, Mike Hansen is an author. How can people get this?
Well, they don't. They just need to go to the website and read it.
Oh, that's right. They can go to Bohemian Grove.
They can go there and read it. You can get it on the internet and read it right there. There it is, right there.
Go. Book by Mike Hansen. Good job. Okay, now tell us about. You want to try to take a quick call here while we got?
I'm going back in there.
Well,
Gary,
tell us about what we're fixing to see here.
Oh yeah, this is a good. This is a good video.
The lovely Deborah Stevens, who has been was a regular guest down here for probably close to 2 years. Her husband Jerry Stevens and their Three Shoes Posse Band.
And I think it's a great song myself. I think it's a great song. And Nate re-edited it, not the song, but the pictures on there.
How long is it for a smoke
It's
break?
only. How long is it, Lorraine?
It's 7 minutes.
Is that what it says? 7 minutes.
We'll go ahead and
we'll do that, and y'all can come back.
This is from the Three Shoes. This is from the Three Shoes.
Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome. This is from the Three Shoes Posse Band here in Austin, Texas. Lovely Deborah Stevens. Jerry Stevens is a great guy. Great bunch of people to be associated with.
Yes.
And
I think it's a great song.
Okay, yeah. This is their latest rendition. Ron Paul is here. So here we go.
For sticking to principle and not flip-flopping.
Turn it up.
Yeah, we need a good man. Flip-flopping. Yeah, we need a good man for presidency. I would guarantee that I would never abuse habeas corpus.
We want him to get to America. We have to help him.
The freedom message brings us together. It doesn't divide us.
Outside, Ron Paul is here, waking up people everywhere. Ron Paul is here, making people be aware. Ron Paul is here.
The freedom message.
Waking up people everywhere. Ron Paul is here.
Defending liberty.
Vote for the man Lord next year. There's a doctor in the house. Is there a doctor in the house? Is there a doctor in the house? Is there a doctor in the house? Well, Houston, we have a problem. We need Ron Paul to solve them. Houston, we have a problem. We need Ron Paul to solve them.
Principle, the moral principle is that of defending liberty and minimizing the scope of government. If you think the government has to take care of us from cradle to grave, and if you think our government should police the world and spend hundreds of billions of dollars on a foreign policy that we cannot manage, you can't get rid of the IRS. But if you want to lower taxes, and if you want the government to quit printing the money to come up with shortfall and cause all the inflation, you have to change policy.
Is there a doctor in the house? Is there a doctor in the house? Is there a doctor in the house? So code blue, somebody ball out in ICU. Them have a patient where them whipped into. That's the constitution where they whipped into. Need a resuscitation to fix it.
In Washington, we either prohibit it or subsidize it. And the market should deal with it and the state should deal with it. We print money for it, the value of the money goes down, and poor people pay higher prices. That is a tax. Wall Street's doing quite well, but the inflation tax is eating away at the middle class of this country. We need to get rid of the inflation tax with sound money.
He's the only man could help the country. And when him come and help all of we people, man, you know you have to vote for him.
I am absolutely opposed to a national ID card. This is a total contradiction of what a free society is all about. The purpose of government is to protect the secrecy and the privacy of all individuals, not the secrecy of government. We don't need a national ID card. The freedom message brings us together. It doesn't divide us.
Lord, now, hey, come here, no. Ron Paul is here, helping people everywhere. Ron Paul is here, making people be aware. Ron Paul is here,
Defending liberty.
I beg you vote for them next year. Ron Paul is here,
The freedom message.
making people be aware.
I'm suggesting very strongly that we should have a foreign policy of non-intervention. I tried very hard to solve this problem before we went to war by saying, declare war if you want to go to war, fight it and win it, but don't get into it for political reasons or to enforce UN resolutions or pretend the Iraqis were a national threat to us.
Houston, we have a problem. We need Ron Paul to come solve them. Is there a doctor in the house? If there's a doctor in the house, I want me say code blue. There's a patient in ICU. Man, the constitution where them ripped into. Need Ron Paul to fix it back, that's true. With a resuscitation fix the constitution.
The principle, the moral principle is that of defending liberty and minimizing the scope of government.
Them can't school we, Ron Paul a go run for the presidency. In the future, man, we a go call him Mr. President Ron Paul for the country. Make sure you vote for the man in a hurry.
We talked about a humble foreign policy, no nation building, don't police the world. That is a conservative, it's a pro-American, it follows the founding fathers, and besides, it follows the Constitution. I would work very hard to protect the privacy of American citizens, being very, very cautious about warrantless searches.
Ron Paul is here, making people be aware. Ron Paul is here. Make sure you vote for them next year. Ron Paul is here, helping people everywhere. Ron Paul is here, making people be aware.
There's every reason to believe that we have enough freedom in this country to have freedom of expression, and that's what is important. We should never interfere with the internet. That's why I've never voted to regulate the internet, even when there's the temptation to put bad things on the internet. Regulation of bad and good on the internet should be done differently.
Ron Paul, get up and run for us all. Mr. President, Mr. Ron Paul. Three shoes crossing, we are go indoor see. Man, now we first the motion, now we second. Now Ron Paul, I run for presidency. A real patriot, man, we to help we. My fix the constitution, where them ripping tree. You know resuscitation could help we. And Ron Paul make the government all you see. Even federal government, he fix them quickly. And make them know, Lord, man, they can't rob we. You know, see all them are robbing with them damn tax money, and them the kind of thing Ron Paul not stand for real. Man, the federal government, Federal Reserve fee. The Federal Reserve, man, he a go fix it. I make them know them can't miss a rob with money. The constitution, me say them put it back in hurry. Because President Ron Paul is ready. God, we trust Ron Paul help we. Me have faith in the man, people come help we. Vote for the man, so presidency. Vote for him, Lord, me say do it quickly. Put it on paper ballot on your county. You get some college kids volunteer the time you see. And count the paper vote, me say in front of we. In public view, man, we want to count it. Not just them machine, Ron Paul and crazy. Them we rip off the election from all the we cause Ron Paul is here.
Defending liberty.
Helping people everywhere. Ron Paul is here.
The freedom message.
Making people be aware. Ron Paul is here.
Defending liberty.
Beg you vote for him, Lord, next year. Ron Paul is here.
The freedom message.
Helping people everywhere. Ron Paul is here.
Defending liberty.
Beg you vote for him, Lord, next year.
Do you support the Ron Paul candidacy?
Yes, yes.
I also
know-
like. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say that Gary Johnson's running too.
I like a lot of things he advocates too.
So, yeah, well, that's kind of an issue. They make a great ticket, I think.
What do you think, Gary?
Oh, I'm for Ron Paul all the way.
In that debate, he said he's for legalizing drugs,
Heroin.
prostitution, everything. This is exactly what we've been advocating down here for a long, long time. So it was good to hear that.
Yeah, it's I would just love to see a man that really loves this country.
And then they said, they asked him the question, the moderators, and they said, so you just want just to let everything go. And he says, look, you can't criminalize people's lifestyles. If you start doing that, then you're going to get into what kind of food people can eat and, all kinds, so he was pretty good. He was pretty, I watched a little bit of that. So that was Deborah Stevens.
Yes.
Three Shoes Posse Band.
Probably on the radio right now.
She is on the radio right now. Yeah, she is. Tell us about your radio show.
Well, last night we talked about Real ID and about the plan to get it in Texas. They're going to have the national ID card here, and it's Sheila Dean was telling us about it, and so it's coming here unless we stop it. They're having hearings this week, and it's passed the Senate.
The Texas Senate?
Yes, and it's working its way through the House unless people stop it.
I think Lorraine reported on Facebook that the Texas Senate also passed a checkpoints.
Oh, they did? Oh,
I think so. For southern southbound traffic. Am I right, Lorraine? I think I saw that on your Facebook. So, yeah, the government's clamping down, Gary, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're just inching every way they can to take more away from the people. Everything they do seems like is taken away.
Yeah.
It's,
that's what it seems like. Pretty much, yeah. And let's go to...
Well, Lorraine wants to talk to you to make sure this is working.
Okay.
Go ahead, Lorraine. Go ahead and talk.
Hi, can you hear me?
No.
We can hear you. Lorraine is in the control room, and we're
Yes.
going to try to do a Skype video call with her brother.
Yes.
But they're feeding through here.
But it's Jeff's mic. Yeah, I heard Jeff
Can
in
they
the
hear
speaker.
Us in the studio back there, in the actual speakers up there.
Okay, can you hear her? Hear her? We can hear her through the doorway. I don't know. If we
Her
can,
brother, by the way, was reported...
I'll just have to speak loud.
That's okay.
All right.
Try
Okay, now we
try
hear you.
that.
Now
yeah.
we hear you.
Yeah, I can actually
Can
hear
my
you now.
brother?
Yeah, we could hear a little bit at the end there.
I don't know if you can hear him.
Is he on now, Lorraine?
Yes, he is. But I don't
Okay,
know
bring
if you
him
can
up.
hear him.
Bring him
That's
up.
good. Yeah.
He's Skyping.
What's his name?
Brian
Brian's
Denardis.
an artist.
And lovely Lorraine Denardis' brother. Skyping in, folks. Right there he is. Hi, Brian.
He said, "Hi, Brian."
Hello. Thanks for coming on the show. And the reason why
Yeah, I can hear it.
I wanted to ask you, Lorraine, your sister reported last week that
He needs to be able to hear the computer.
the Mexican police basically stole your equipment. Was that, or stole some of your jewelry and some other things? Is that what's the story on that?
He wants you to talk about your experience in Mexico with being stolen.
Was it?
I think,
I don't know if they can hear or not.
And there was no more minibuses to take me back, so I was forced to walk home. And basically, no one would give me a ride. No one would help
I can't
me
hear
home.
it through the
So
speaker.
finally, I saw the police car, and I thought maybe they might give me a hand.
Yeah,
But
now I
instead,
can.
they all surrounded me, took me, demanded a bribe, and I wouldn't give it to them, so they just went ahead and took my things and ran with them.
Okay, Brian, we had a little audio problem there at the first. Could you basically repeat what you just said there?
Repeat what he said from the beginning. Hey, repeat what he said from the beginning.
Okay, I'm going to make this very short. I got home from work very late, and there was no more minibuses to take me home, so I had to walk home in the middle of Mexico, in the middle of the night. And the police, instead of helping me out, they wanted a bribe from me, and I wouldn't give it to them, so they just went ahead and took all my things and ran with it.
Yeah, this is the Mexican police, right? You were in Mexico City?
That's correct. I worked in Mexico City.
But is that one of the reasons you left Mexico, because of the police corruption down there?
Lorraine, could you please repeat what he said? I can't hear him that well.
Well, go ahead, Lorraine. You can talk. You can ask him something.
Oh, what about the police that you said? He wanted me to repeat what you said. Is that why you left Mexico City?
Not necessarily. More so because my bills piling up and just wasn't making enough money down there to pay my bills.
Yeah. Gary, do you have something?
So, is this? Have you ever been shaken down by the police before?
Oh, I always been a law-abiding citizen. I never had any trouble with the police. No, not at all.
So they basically just stole your jewelry then, right?
They stole my watch. They stole my iPhone. They stole my watch. I'm not going to believe this. They even took my wedding ring.
Can you believe that? The Mexican police just stole it, huh? Isn't that something? What do you think, Gary?
And we sure don't need that kind of justice here.
That sounds like Williamson County to me.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
They stole your iPhone. Isn't that kind of traceable? Can you call yourself?
It was really bad. I mean, I was a foreigner there, and instead of helping me out, they left me stranded out in some Mexican town out in the middle of nowhere, and most people would not have known their way around. Fortunately, I was able to relate myself to where I was and get home finally at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Can you start from the beginning? You were walking down the street, and did they didn't just take stuff from you? They took you somewhere?
Lorraine, please repeat what he's saying. I can't hear him that well.
He said to start from the beginning. Did they take you somewhere?
Well, I'm not going to try to sugarcoat the story. Down in Mexico, it's against the law to drink alcoholic beverages, even if it's covered up in a bag. And I just took a couple sips of an alcoholic beverage, and it was in a bag, and they just went ahead and took me in because it is against the law. Uh-huh. And that's the reason why they took me in.
Okay, then they proceeded to steal your jewelry. That's amazing.
They said that I broke the law and I pleaded guilty. I told them, yes, I broke the law and I'm sorry. I didn't know that in the country of Mexico, it's against the law to drink alcoholic beverages if it's covered up in a brown bag. I told them I'm willing to suffer the penalty. Take me to jail. They said I would have to spend 72 hours in jail, locked up, and I told them that's fine. I broke the law, send me to jail, and they were just completely shocked that I would not give them a bribe, that I would rather spend 72 hours in jail than give them a bribe.
Isn't that something?
It is.
That's amazing. Brian, you're calling from San Marcos, right? You're Skyping in from San Marcos.
Yeah, I'm calling from San Marcos.
Cool. Okay, well, Brian and Artis, thank you so much for joining us.
All right, no problem. Anytime.
There's the lovely Lorraine in the corner there.
Did you guys even hear what I just said? Or
yeah, well, I was able to. Yes, sir. I think so.
Well, one thing that shocked the cop the most, if we really want to end this conversation, was the fact that I told him that I have much respect for the law, and anytime the law is broken, I need to serve my penalty. That just shocked the cop so much. There was no reply to that. And before you know it, his friends were just sitting there talking behind my back and everything. I knew what they were saying. Let's take a run for it and get his thing. But the other cop, he was hesitant. He knew what justice was, and I let him know what justice was before he committed this crime of stealing things and also as well kidnapping. I asked them to take me to jail. They didn't take me to jail. In my book, that's kidnapping.
Yeah.
Well, where did they take you?
Where did they take you?
They took me to some lonely corner where no one could see in order that they may frisk me and find out if I have any lethal arms with me. Usually most wise policemen will frisk you before they take you into their car. These cops, all they want to do is get me in the car as soon as possible and then frisk me. I never heard of a police procedure of being so naive and ignorant of the fact that I might have had an arm and shot all of them if I was a criminal.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, thank you very much, Brian, for calling in or Skyping in.
All right, no problem. Well, wish you the best on your show.
Thank you so much. What do you think about
right,
that?
see you later.
That sounds like American law enforcement, I think.
Getting close. It's a good thing that, they got out of there safe anyway.
I didn't ask them if they were wearing ski masks. They wear ski masks down there.
Oh, God.
Well,
I don't.
they did that because they could do that.
Yeah.
There
was nothing he could do.
Yeah.
There's no. Yeah. Okay, Gary, tell us about your acting now. Let's get on to what's. Can we get Gary's ExploreTalent.com up there? Search Gary Teague, right?
Yeah, that'll just put in Google Gary Teague. And
That'll draw you right up there too.
Right at the top.
Gary is an fellow actor. What, 100, probably close to 200 projects now completed?
Oh yeah, pretty.
Probably 60 Friday Night Light episodes.
Yeah, they cut some of them off of my.
Off the credits?
Yeah.
Did they?
But, yeah, I think I had her originally about, right at 48, I think, or something like that.
Go to his resume, Lorraine, if you would. Show that. There's some of your photos. There's you as a young man.
Oh, yes. Been a few days ago.
You said you was a power lifter.
Yeah, believe it or not. Yeah. I could do over twice my body weight.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Mr. Gary Teague. So is there anything going on right now, or are you just working your regular gig right now?
Did an independent last week.
Did you?
And,
is that why you weren't here last Monday?
Yeah, and then Dallas. I did Dallas.
Oh!
But I can't.
Can't say anything about
yeah,
that one. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, he's getting to where he can't mention these projects now.
But that was fun. That was very, very fun. Something I always wanted to do, since I.
Is what? You lost me. What did you always want?
Dallas series, Ewing.
Oh, you worked in the Dallas series. Oh, I thought you went up to Dallas to work somewhere.
Oh, well, yeah, I did. Yeah,
but it was
two.
It was
for
the
Dallas.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Dallas.
Oh, well, is that NBC, ABC?
I believe they may pick it up. I'm not sure if it's going to be that or TNT.
TNT. Yeah. So you was up there doing that in Dallas, working on Dallas.
Yeah.
Who shot JR?
You'll have to what?
Okay, Lorraine. Now, can we crank up what I'd like to do now is take over the show, guys. I want to find something.
We're taking over the show. I don't.
Take it over. Gary,
Okay.
The show is a very capable.
Oh, okay, it is. So we have no idea what we're doing here. We were talking a little. I did want to say once again that the Real ID Act is going through, and you might want to go to Tag Texas, their website, or 511campaign.org to find out about that, because they're pushing through the national ID card. It's going to be your driver's license, and want to check that out. Also, we are live. You can call in 477-2288, and we'll take your phone calls. How's that sound?
Yeah, it looks, Gary, like it seems like, with this card they're trying to push through, that they're wanting to tie everything they can to where if you don't pay your electric bill,
Right.
they'll flip a switch, cut you off, cut you whatever.
Right.
It seems like they all want that one little source power center where they control everything.
Got a parking ticket? Bam.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can't get on the plane. Now that we'll be able to get on a train and go into a courthouse. You're on the no-fly list. Who knows? It's all kinds of craziness.
Yeah, it's instead of this country was based on freedom, and all I've been seeing lately is things taken away from the people of this country. And
Yes.
That's, in my way of looking at it, not the way to be going.
Right, and it's going to happen unless we stop it.
Yeah.
Because that's what makes the difference is resistance. Well,
Okay, folks, what we're going to do, Gary, going to play a classic about 7-8 minutes of Search for Justice. Have you seen Search for Justice?
this is about Williamson County.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's a classic. Mike Hansen did most of the work. He got most of the video, most of the interviews. And he did all the editing. Without Mike Hansen, there is no 2-hour documentary called Search for Justice. But it's very interesting. At the beginning, the roll-in, he actually got video of a DPS trooper spitting into the trunk of a car that he had searched and didn't find anything. And Mike was sitting there filming. And it shows this DPS. Remember that, Mike? He spit right in the trunk of this car.
Was that in Austin?
Yeah, here in Austin, DPS. Oh, Williamson County. Okay, well, but it's a classic introduction. We the first few interviews. One is Patricia Moore. You may know Patricia, former Channel Austin producer down here.
I'm not sure. It doesn't ring a bell. But go ahead.
And then Ross Wilsey makes an appearance. You know Ross
Yes.
from Puppet Toes. So we're going to play about 7-8 minutes of this classic, and then we're going to be back with Lorraine and wrap things up. Okay, ready, Lorraine?
Search for Justice.
Yep, classic 2-hour documentary. It's now about 11 years old, but it still pertains today. They're still terrorizing people in Williamson. Is it up?
We're told it's a bad copy.
Here we go. Right here's the DPS.
He drives a government squad car full of all kinds of hardware to handle the angry mob. And with his badge on his shoulder and his gun in his holster, he'll tell you he's just doing his job. Watch out for martial law. When he's out there watching after you, if he's a tool of the bankster, he's a badge-wearing gangster, an agent straight from Interpol. Watch out for martial law. He's there to prove who owns the muscle and might, and he just might pull you over to the side of the shoulder, cause he cannot see your license plate light. Because he cannot see your license plate light. Ain't it a frightening feeling when you're behind the wheel and you see him there? Or when you're rounding the corner and he's right there behind you in your rearview Watch out for martial law. When he's out there watching after you. If he's a tool of the bankster, he's a badge-wearing gangster, collector of the revenue. Watch out for martial law. And if he's tailing you, you better not run. Just read the news in the papers covering some of his capers. He's dangerous when he's aiming that gun. That boy is dangerous when he's aiming that gun. There was a time when it seemed like he was part of the dream, when we could count on him. But now he sold his allegiance to those socialist schemers and their every whim. Now I've got nothing against him if he's out defending my country, my Bill of Rights. But if he's out there abusing all those powers he's using, then maybe we should turn off his lights. Watch out for martial law. When he's out there watching after you. If he's a tool of the bankster, he's a badge-wearing gangster, an agent straight from the major pool. Watch out for martial law. He's there to prove who owns a muscle and might. And he just might pull you over to the side of the shoulder, 'cause he cannot see your license plate. Like, watch out for martial law. And if he's tailing you, you better not run. Just read the news in the papers covering some of his capers. He's dangerous when he's waving that gun. I said you better be wary if he's had a bad hair day. Because he's dangerous when he's aiming that gun. He can be dangerous when he's aiming that gun. That boy is dangerous when he's aiming that gun.
You know, it's a terrible feeling when you come to the realization that the police force, that there's people in the police force that are just a bunch of thugs out there, and a roving gang of thugs, that prey on people. It's I wonder, if it's just a money-making process.
And to make a long story short, they reamed me out of $600 just because I was new to the area. Williamson County is a pack of thieves.
They make up their own rules. They have their own laws. And if you ask them, they'll tell you that to your face when they arrest you. They said, Mr. Moorhead, we see you're not from around here, and this is how we're going to welcome you in. We're going to take you to jail. How do you like us so far? Welcome to Williamson County is what he said.
Welcome to Williamson County, boy.
Welcome to Williamson County, boy.
Pulled over in front of Westwood High School for no reason, no apparent reason whatsoever, just because they know me. And they asked me to search my car, and I was like, no, you can't search my car. They made me step out of the car. They searched me. They took my shoes off. They just searched me thoroughly, and then they searched my car because they said they had probable cause because my hand was shaking and I was smoking a cigarette, which I'm 19, so I can smoke a cigarette.
Even older adults to elders to senior citizens, everybody gets harassed. Everybody. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, Hispanic. If you're driving and you look suspicious. You don't even have to look suspicious. If you look like you've done something wrong in your past, you're gonna get pulled over. Excuses like LP lights, expiration date on your whatever, tail light out, anything, you're going to get pulled over, you're going to get harassed, your car will be checked, and most likely you will be going to jail.
But overall, instead of all of us gaining rights, I think we've all lost them. Our God-given rights now are just, I believe they're being trampled on a daily basis, and they don't come back. That's my fear. Once, and it's all for safety. You know, if we can pass a little more legislation and take a few more guns off the streets, everything will be just fine. And it's not going to be. You know, but getting them to understand that, I don't think it's going to happen. You know, I'm convinced at my point in life at this point that I believe we're going to be like all other countries. There's going to come a point in time where those that have had enough and are willing to fight and die for their beliefs will have to do that. You know, and I'm a Christian, and I believe that for the Christian faith. I believe there's going to come a day when I shouldn't take the Lord's name in vain because I'm going to.
All right, we are up. I think our mic is on. Here comes Lorraine to join us. I don't know why Jeff is hiding back there. But so, Lorraine, what did you think about all that?
Which part? The Skype calling or the corruption, the police corruption video, or
What did you think about the Skype calling?
Oh, that was very interesting. I think I figured out how to do it a little better.
Yeah, because we had some. We should set it up before the show, I guess.
Well, yes, but we can do this Skype calling. We can have the guests actually mute the computer, and then call 477-2288. And then put their cell phone on speakerphone. It won't pick up because their computer will be muted, and of course we wouldn't be feeding sound from the computer. But that way we'll have video, and then we'll have live audio patched over there, and that way everybody in the studio can hear it. But I'm really excited that we pulled it off, the Skype call.
Yes.
You guys got to see about my apartment a little bit.
The ceiling of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to see the ceiling of my apartment, but that's pretty exciting because that way we can get calls from anywhere in the country or even in the world. Even though they can't call us at the same time, we figured out how to make Skype work. But it was kind of like a circus back there because I had to hold the mic up to the speaker and
yeah.
We figured it out. It's like miraculous. It actually works. So I'm really excited about that. By the way, SB 9 is on tomorrow.
Yes.
The hearing is tomorrow, and I wish I knew the room offhand. But if you show up at the Capitol at 8:30 in the morning, you can meet up with the tag group. Heather Fazio will be there for sure, along with other tagsters, and I will probably also be there. Sometimes I'm late because I'm driving from San Marcos and there's a lot of traffic in the morning, but I know Heather Fazio will be there for sure at 8:30 in the morning. And if you can't find the room, the postings are on the second floor next to the Senate, the big Senate room. Like if you just walk up this, if you go into the Capitol and you walk up the stairs, there's a sign there. It tells you about all the hearings. It's also in TexasLegislator.com if you go there, or is it .org or .gov? I think it's probably .gov.
Just Google Texas Legislature. The first thing that will show up will be that.
Just Google Texas Legislator.
I think it's capital.state.tx.us or something like that. But just
.gov. Yeah, if you do that and you click on committee, it will tell you what room it is. But if you don't have to actually speak. If you're shy, don't know what to say, you can just sign up your opinion. It's very important. Otherwise, we're going to have real IDs. They're going to put chips in the car. It's just like what the Ron Paul video went over. And, people will know what you're doing all the time.
You said 8:30 in the morning, but that they usually don't have them on schedule. You have to spend.
No, if you're not a morning person, and still show up. You can even look at the video live on the if you go to the legislator.com, you can stream all their hearings live. There's a little link on the side that says TV video, and you can see what's going on. You can see if the hearing has been heard yet.
Hey, Lorraine.
Okay. Yes.
You posted on your Facebook a story that the Texas Senate has already approved checkpoints for southbound traffic.
Yes, I did.
What all can you tell us about that?
Basically, that's what it is. You don't want to drive down south, towards Mexico with things that will be
You think it'll actually become law?
Yes, it passed the Senate.
Well, it passed
just like
Senate.
the SB 9 bill.
But you can stop it in the House.
You can. You can stop it on the floor, too.
Okay.
So
you have to start lobbying. You have to start writing letters.
Yeah.
Do you want me to post? I can post it on the Jeff Davis Show Facebook. And more information about who to write and who to contact. So you can check out the Jeff Davis Show Facebook. But it's really important with this SB 9 bill and with the checkpoints bill that passed. Especially since people don't really think that it applies to them. I don't know why.
And how does this Texas state ID thing work?
The SB 9?
Yeah, the SB.
That's the real ID card. They're going to put a chip into your a driver's license. SB 9 also has other things included in the bill. It's just not the real ID card. There are other police state type things in that bill.
License plate readers.
Yes, it was even divided up into several different bills, but it's a big bill. I mean, I would actually Google SB 9. And look it up because there's a lot of things in that going on with that bill. A lot of police state stuff, yes.
This is part of the Department of Homeland Security. It's part of the Real ID Act of 2005. The federal government is giving money to Texas to try to get it to pass this law to make the Texas driver's license a national ID card. Some states have said no. Some states have said yes. Texas hasn't voted on it yet, and they're trying to bribe us to agree to the guidelines of the federal government.
I mean, if you go to the TAG website or the Facebook, they even got a little picture of what the national ID card looks like. I don't think we have time to do that right now, but like I said, I will post the information on the Jeff Davis Show page.
$30 seconds.
Meet us at the Capitol at 8:30 in the morning. We really need you there. And just sign up. Just say that you're against it. And then you just show up and then leave. And that you don't have to stay there all day.
Jeff Davis Show on Facebook.
Yes, Jeff Davis Show on Facebook.
Good show tonight. And everyone that's interested, be sure to be down at the Capitol. It's tomorrow?
Yes.
And after the show.
Okay.
After the. Okay, love you. Bye.